all the buttons, and who knows what's going to happen. It is great to be here with you today. Super excited to share some thoughts, ideas on how you can move forward, do the thing, stake your claim, amplify your message, whether it's gaming, whether you're excited about publishing a vlog or a video about a favorite hobby. I'm just really excited to be here live streaming because I got to say, it's been a minute. So let me know where you're coming from. It's great to see a lot of friends. Rachel's in the house. Robert is here. Cami is in the house. Great to see you. And I think it's going to be okay. I'm rocking a new microphone today. Now notice we've got a lower profile. I used to have this arm that came in, and I just didn't really like the way it looked. And so we're trying that out. How is everything sounding, looking? Pamela, it's always a pleasure to see you here. Hey, Yarn Geek, what is going on? Good to see you. Welcome. Back in the day, I used to live stream all the time on Fridays. I thought, what a fantastic way to end the week with just kind of cutting loose, going live, because what's the worst thing that could happen when you're live? Everything always works out when you're live. Barefoot sailing in the house. Yes, sailing adventures happening soon for me. Little vacation planned. Very excited about that. So what I wanted to do today was take some of your questions about YouTube growth, about growing an audience, and share a little bit about, my journey back to YouTube. You may or may not know that I actually am kind of re-emerging after, 3.5 years, really kind of neglecting the channel and just focusing on some personal things. And I got to say, it is really great to be back and just to be hanging out. And I think the exposure is a little bright, but just Brian, don't do anything. It looks fine. Good to see you. Hey, Steve, what is happening? Steve, great to have you on board. At Ab Cami, you're in Scotland, brother. That is amazing. You've been a subscriber for so long. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about going live is it just gives us a chance to really connect with community and get to know more about everyone. Good to see you. Chris is here from Belgium. That is fantastic. And look at that cat. Amazing. Wow. Stint Nicholas. And I'm sure I messed up that name, but we'll go with Belgium. And Pam, I know you're from Scotland. Looking good, sounding good, although we missed the sock. Yes, Pamela was here when I used a sock as a pop filter, and that was kind of crazy. So, Artist Haven is in the house too. It's glad to see you here. So excited. Hey, listen, this live stream is brought to you today by the wonderful folks at Opus Clip. Now, check this out. YouTube can be really overwhelming. It can be so hard to manage all the thing, upload the videos. We're supposed to go live and write blog posts and wow. But the thing I love about Opus is this live stream. Now, don't ever touch the microphone. I just did that. This live stream is, like I said, is brought to you by Opus. And what I love about it is I can take this live stream and I can cut it up into smaller, regular 16:9 videos. I can cut it up into shorts. It happens behind the scenes automatically. It adds captions, and they just added AI B-roll. Really fantastic. Opus is absolutely awesome. It's a fantastic product. Now, I started using it on my own, and I'm grateful for the folks at Opus to sponsor this live stream and the channel. So thank you so much. And if you haven't tried it, I've got a link in the description. Highly recommend it. Really, really fantastic tool that you may want to look into. Now, like I said, if anyone's got any questions about moving forward, we have one, it's not really a question, but I'm going to riff on rebranding. And for me personally, Artist Haven, I know you just really dig the live streams. And I know you're super excited about, live streams. And I also know you mentioned in the past, I think it was on a live stream or a video that, you're working towards publishing videos. For me, when I think about the best branding like this, check it out. It's so quirky, but it's me. It's like subscribe and feed a poodle. That's a really big part of my brand. And a lot of times the very best branding, it just kind of happens. It just happens automatically when you're not trying to think about it. And I don't know when I came up with that, but somehow that popped into my head at the end of a video. Subscribe and feed a poodle. So for me personally, that is a really great way. And I think for me today, branding is so much more about who you are, where you live, how you speak, how you communicate, the things, the thoughts and ideas you have in your head, and then how you express them. It's a lot less today about a brand logo or a color profile. It's more just really connecting with, your audience, who you are, sharing that authentic message that you have, and so on. What's this one? Brian, you hit the mic more than 3 times. Bennett. Oh, oh no, they're going to be tough on me today. Cheers. Good to see you guys. Happy Friday. 30 people here. Can I just say, hey, thank you for stopping by. Thank you. And listen, if you're unsure about YouTube, this is what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. You can move forward. You can do the thing. You can publish the videos. You can find your way. If you're struggling, I want to encourage you to believe that it's possible, because anybody can do it. It's just a matter of putting in the time, putting in the effort, and always trying to improve. Like right now, it's a little overexposed, but maybe it's okay. Richard from Sacramento, welcome. Oh, Richard, you're a newer subscriber. It's so great to see you. You're a newer subscriber, and it's just such a neat thing for me because, like I said, I took a long break, and it's so good to see it does work. When I came back, my channel was doing 200 views a day, and now it does between 1,000 and 3,000 views a day. Subscribers are starting to come in. It's all happening. And if you're kind of like on the fence, should I move forward? I want to encourage you to do the thing, because life is short. Play hard, give it a go, and see what happens. Another raving testimonial for Opus. Do you know how to use the AI B-roll? Yeah, it's pretty simple. You can go in and you can just add your video, and then there's a little box or like a little drop-down check where you can basically click and it'll add the AI B-roll after you've generated your individual clicks. And also, because I'm a brand ambassador and I'm working with the team at Opus, we're working right now on coming out with the next evolution of the editor. And I got to say, it's looking really fantastic. I'll probably come out with a new video in the coming weeks. Once the new editor is released, I'll go over some of the features and so on. Hey, Richard, you mentioned your channel has given me hope. I did a video about your video that got me hooked. I remember that, and I commented, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. It means a lot. We all want the money. We want, the accolades. But when someone goes that extra mile and mentions someone in a video, or maybe there's someone mentioned someone from the stage or something like that, it really does. It really does matter, and I want to thank you for that. So thank you so much. I make trailers for course creators. How would you recommend creating content towards that audience? Andrew, welcome to the channel. Really great question. The thing I would think about is what I would try to do is I would try to take your skills and abilities. And well, first off, the first thing I would say actually is I need to back up. And when you say, how should I move forward? I make trailers for course creators. How do you recommend creating content towards that audience? Before you even create content, I think it's very important to get really clear on what you're trying to achieve. So for example, a lot of younger kids, they just want audience, and maybe they're gamers or they're doing fun vlogs, and their goal is simply to get followers. Maybe your goal is you want to build up and bring attention to the fact that you make these trailers, right? So you can get more business. Or maybe you want to become more of a content creator. Maybe you want to do brand deals. So what I would do is first get really clear on what success means to you. Like, how does money come into the how does money come into play, right? Are you trying to make money? Are you trying to make money? If so, are you trying to make that money through your own course sales, through brand deals? And I think the more you move forward and you start with that first, then the content strategy that you can come up with is going to be much more dialed in to achieving that result that you're after. So for me, for example, when I got started, I knew I wanted coaching clients. I knew I wanted to speak on stages. I knew I wanted to grow an audience. And first and foremost, and this is kind of interesting, right? Is like it wasn't just money for me. It's like I've never been driven by money, but I've been able to make it. And the reason I've been able to do that is because I'm in love with creating. So for me, it was just learning the process of YouTube. Because before I got to YouTube, I had done courses on self-publishing, affiliate marketing, WordPress. I've done a lot of different things. And when I started, I wanted to figure out how to grow an audience on YouTube. And I just started there. And I knew in the back of my mind, because I've been an internet marketer for many years, that there would be plenty of ways to make money. And that's the other component I really want to share, Andrew, is that the best thing you can do is to keep it really simple, understand the audience you want to attract, and make content for them. Because a lot of people, like, they get so hung up if money's important that they're trying to like make money, but they don't have an audience. You can't get blood from a rock, right? So you might be interested in being a course creator. You might be interested in not necessarily a course creator, a YouTube creator. And if that's the case, I think what you can do is to move forward. And let's see what Andrew just said. He said, my goal is to build a lead pipeline and become a name in the space. Okay, great. So what I would say is, it sounds to me like you want to be a creator, you want to have a following. So keep it simple, and you want to draw attention to you. I believe from what you're saying, as far as an audience that wants to learn about creating content, publishing, and make video content about that, and put that at the forefront. Before you try to make money and monetize, just grow an audience, because that is always the most important thing. Can you dig what I am laying down? Ladies and gentlemen, we got 39 of you here in the chat. It is Friday. Can I get a hallelujah? I mean, who's digging the vibe that I'm laying down in my own quirky, goofy way? Oh, it is so fun to be hanging out with you guys. Susie is in the house. Susie, don't think I didn't see you. Because even though I'm, there's Susie. Now, Susie has been with me, coaching client, for a really long time. Pamela Duthie, been with me probably since I had 10,000 subscribers. And Pete, thank you, brother. Bless you too, man. Happy Friday. Fantastic. Thanks for revitalizing the channel. I've learned a lot. Thank you for watching. There's something so magical and so powerful about learning how to create content at a higher level. I just chatted with our pal, Daniel Battelle, the other day, and he's just like, stay focused on what matters. Keep the content coming. You're doing fantastic. And at some point, I want to encourage you too, along the way, to let go of all the metrics that YouTube jams down our throat. Because at some point, I think it's important to value views and subscribers, and to pay attention to things like audience view duration. But at some point too, like, I think we have to be happy with where we're at in the journey. And the more that I've been able to do that, the more joyous the process is, right? I don't need the validation today to like get another one of these. Now, to be fair, like, I'm really proud of this. And if you want to get one of these, great, make that your goal. But never along the way feel like you're not enough based on what you have or what you don't have, because frankly, it is really challenging. And never, ever get up during a live stream. Okay, stay there. 45 people in the house. Absolutely. I'm so grateful. We got to pause. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. All the buttons. Now, if I was lucky, I'd have a poodle here right now. And a poodle would be managing all these buttons and the lights, and it's a lot of things. Kathy, what is going on? Good to see you. So many people. Hey, gang, let's do this. I'm curious. I'm going to refresh this and let's just see how many likes we have right now. 22 likes, 22 legends. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Thank you so much for your comments. And just again, it feels like good times. It feels like old times. It feels like back in the day when it was Friday and I was late, just kind of throwing down on the live streaming and just having fun and not taking things too seriously. And what's this? I bought your book maybe 6 years ago. Don't tell anybody, but I started writing another book. Who knows if I'll finish it? I almost always do, but right now I feel like I'm a little sporadic. I'm so focused on videos, and I've been out with the wildlife photography. But yes, I did start writing a third book. Amazing. Harris says, bought your book maybe 6 years ago. Hey, Brian, I'm wondering how relevant do you think that still is today? Or maybe if you might make a few revisions. Honestly, my friend, everything in that book is totally up to date. Here's what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. How many here? Can I just get a, yeah, I've heard that before. Give me some feedback in the chat. Has anybody heard that watch time is a thing? Like we need to focus on watch time. If you want to get monetized, what do you need? You need watch time. Back in 2012, the algorithm was actually kind of focusing on likes. And it was really easy to game that, right? Very easy to game the system, get people to like, and really just click on your video. Now, the problem with rewarding a click or a view is, again, it was so easily gamed. Everything in the book is really on point because it really talks about the fundamental core principles of YouTube growth. So I would say absolutely that book will guide you in growing an audience, and follow folks like Nick Nimmin and Daniel Battelle. He doesn't talk about YouTube growth too often, but reliable. Roberto Blake. Find people that you think are spitting the truth. You dig what I'm laying down? Because honestly, there are some creators, and it bothers me and it makes me sad that they're talking about like, oh, if you add the right hashtag, are you kidding me? The idea that the right hashtag or YouTube tags could help you to move forward and grow is just not that helpful. But pay attention to the leaders in the space that share real information. And furthermore, what I would really encourage you to do is watch what they do. Like for me, I can tell you the number one thing is how you show up on camera and how you communicate. This takes time. This takes practice. Talking to my pal, Daniel Battelle, and he said, when you started, you were so cocky and also so weird. And it took me a while. I had to really bring it down and find this kind of medium ground where I'm fun, I'm energetic, a little different, like subscribe and feed a poodle. What? It might not be for everybody, and that's okay. I'm not trying to appeal to everyone. I'm just trying to be my authentic self, come up with video ideas that are strong and powerful, and then deliver that message in a way where the audience can latch on. Like right now, the lighting looks pretty good. It's a little bright for my taste, but hey, it's the first time back in a while, so it's fine. The audio hopefully sounds pretty good. The editing of my videos, that's something I've learned over time. And the things that are hard, we can focus on to move forward. And that's what I would really say can help us to move forward. Pete says, I am totally digging it. I knew you could. Oh, goodness. Hey, what's going on? MT Coal Forage. What is going on, brother? Good to see you. What's your channel about? I'm curious. Is that a gaming thing? Is it like MT Coal Forage? Interesting. TGIF, don't you know it, brother? Chris, happening. What's going on? All right, there's another one. Life's magical journey is picking up when I'm laying down. Hey, gang, if you have a question, drop it in the chat and I will see if I can do my best. I want to grow an audience. I have 36 subs, but I'd like a few more. Richard, I've looked at your channel and I want to let you know, anybody here, like I'm not just saying this to pander to the audience, but I do. I pay attention to my viewers and subscribers and the people that leave me comments, and I look at their channels. And for me, Richard, I think you really don't have a niche, and that makes it really, really challenging to grow, right? What happens is, imagine if you've got some content on gaming on one hand, and on the other hand, you have content about gardening. So it's springtime, you're publishing all this content about gardening. You got people coming in, they're watching, and then you publish a video on gaming. Now, sadly, those people that subscribed or watched some of your videos on gardening, the likelihood that they're interested and they click on your video when you publish it on gaming is thin. Now, the algorithm, it's not just measuring the audience engagement based on what people do, what viewers do when they're watching your video. Literally, the algorithm measures the engagement when they just serve a video to a viewer, whether they click or not. The higher the click-through rate, the better. So I would really encourage you, Richard, to focus on some of the things I just mentioned. You, my friend, if you want to grow, and this is kind of like, I just talked about this in one of my videos. Are you doing this for the creativity and the love of making content, and you don't care about an audience? Then don't worry about any of it. But nobody wants that, right? Everybody wants, I want to grow and I want to be creative and I don't want to be boxed in with a niche. But the fact of the matter is, YouTube is really competitive. And there are so many people that, imagine, I mentioned gaming and I mentioned gardening. Well, if you're doing both, there will be so many YouTubers in both sub niches that are doing it better than you because they're so laser focused. So I would think about that, my friend. And I got to tell you, you just got started. You've been kind of showing up on my radar for maybe 3 or 4 months. It is a long journey. It takes a while, and you can do it. All right, Brian, I owe you so much. I learned back from you in 2000 and oh goodness. Can you guys hear the furnace? Let me know. I'm just going to turn it off. Hang on one quick second. It's a live stream. It's a live stream. I learned so much from 2007 to the 2000. Wow. So this is like, because my brain is thinking YouTube, and I'm like, I wasn't on YouTube I was, but not seriously. So those of you don't know, I've had courses on affiliate marketing, expired domain names, self-publishing. I've been doing this internet thing a while, and this is one color rainbow. Revenue domains exposed. Oh my God. Are you serious? That was like the dinosaurs were roaming the earth. The earth was cooling. Those were good times. Revenue domains exposed. That was some powerful stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that. I got to tell you, it means the world. Like, it's good to be on your purpose. And I lost sense of my purpose for 3 years, being a creator, being that curious kid, trying to, that's why I'm on YouTube. I was a curious kid trapped in the body of a 50-year-old man that just wanted to figure it out. And I'm so damn stubborn, I don't give up. Hey, wait a minute. We got a super chat. Are you kidding? Hold the phone. What is going on? Treats for the poodles. Thank you so much for the $9. Let's see if I can find that how did that super chat sneak in here? Dang it all. I really need some poodles to help me manage this. This is just a lot. I can't even, shouldn't I? Anyway, thank you so much, my friend, for the super chat. Wow. Means the world to me. Your encouragement. Your encouragement and guidance really helped us become students of YouTube. Thank you for your knowledge. You're more than welcome. Opus is awesome, says Susie. And let's see if I can find my way now that I lost my position with the comments. Okay, there we go. I think I'm back on track. One thumbs up. Pamela says, hallelujah. Cheers to that. YouTube is hard. The coach plays. Thanks for the help, Brian. Love the channel. YouTube is a long, hard, but interesting journey. Man, I so love that. I remember making this video not too long ago, and I want to really encourage anybody here that feels that struggle right now to do your best to measure your progress, not on the last video you published. Now, I mentioned do your best because I am human too. And when I publish, you know, I want to see the fireworks, the comments, the accolades. You know, I want to leave my house with people clapping. Not really, but I mean, it's kind of what we dream about. But the reality is, especially when we get started, is it takes a lot of time. One of the things that I started learning was that if I really think about my YouTube as a journey, like I'm starting in one spot and I have a destination over here, and that along the way, I'll find my way. I'll be able to improve the things. Listen, this is it. If you want to grow, I want you to think like a viewer and value those things. YouTube tags. Do you care about YouTube tags when you're watching videos? Nuh-uh. Do you care about like what is the best time to publish? Nuh-uh. When I came back for 3 months, I didn't worry about anything other than making good videos to the best of my ability. And it really helped me to get back on track. And some of the videos started blowing up, and I was publishing them at ridiculous times because that's not really the most important thing. So for me, when I think about I'm going to value my progress on a seasonal basis, maybe month to month, right? I'm going to value my progress as YouTube is a journey, and I'll get to where I want to go as long as I stay on the path. Pardon me. Excuse me. So the coach plays. The coach plays. You're welcome, brother. Stick with it. Big things. This is what I know. You know, when I started getting into the marketing game many moons ago, we had one of the commenters. I used to sign my emails. People do not fail. Listen, this is true. People do not fail. They simply give up before the magic happens. And it's always been the same. Those people that keep grinding, like I'm thinking of one of my coaching students right now, Colin. Holy smokes, Colin is blowing up. He's been on YouTube for 10 years. 10 years of chasing the dream. That to me is amazing. Some people are better and talented at going live. Totally agree, Pete. But I also know that anything that can happen on YouTube is skill-based and we can all learn. Like I love how I go live. I love my slightly quirky, fun, but still hopefully kind of coming from a place of what's most important is the information. And I do my best to share that. And over time, like Pete, go back and watch my early videos. It ain't pretty. I mean, it's interesting. You know how people like watch the ambulance, like, you know, what's happening over there? It's kind of sad. We can't keep our eyes away. My channel was kind of like that. And I'm grateful that some people loved the absurdness of my channel, but you know, I increased my subscriber gain again, 1,500 a month. That was my average for 3 years. And I got to a place of 7,500 subscribers a month. And I did that by focusing on the 10 most important things. You're wondering right now, what are they? The editing of your video, the topic of your video, the quality. That includes things like the lighting, the audio, but it's not that important. If you got a phone, it's plenty good enough, because what really matters is the topic that you cover. And more important than the topic is your delivery. You know, there can be two documentaries on the same subject, and one, oh, there we go with the damn balloons again. Okay, are we done with the balloons? No more peace signs. I'm sorry, there'll be no more peace signs. But like, you know, some people are better and some people are not willing to stay the same, and they focused on gaining the skills. And that's what my next book is about. You're saying amplify your message is incredible advice. Thank you. I'm so happy to see that. Kathy, I just want to let you know you've been a longtime member in the community. I don't go as live as much as Nick. I'm always kind of more focused. Nick and Roberto Blake goes live a lot. You know, honestly, I'm pretty excited. I got the lives set up happening again, and I do really enjoy going live. But typically, I've always kind of focused on videos first and writing and whatnot. But it feels really great to be here. And Kathy, I just wanted to say thank you to you. You're appreciated. Sci-fi fans, Brian G TV. I posted a video and it was hated, but I accepted the criticism. Excuse me. It's live. These things happen. I'm getting over a cold, which I've been fighting for some time, and I'm feeling so grateful to be feeling more like myself. And sci-fi fans, I just want to say this: the fact of the matter that you took the criticism of some of the comments that can be so challenging on YouTube, and you did your best to improve things, that's really fantastic. And that really is the process. So congratulations. Cheers to you. Poodle's our video manager. You know, we would like that. Okay, it's 32. So Kathy says we had a total of 32. Let's see how many likes we have now. I think there's like 50 of you crazy knuckleheads here right now. 41. Wow, thank you, gang, so much. Thank you. We had a super chat. So grateful for that. Looks like things are happening here. We've got 50 people live. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Brian has motivated me many times. I was ready to just give up. You're doing amazing work. Keep it up. And that, my friend, is the thing that I really need to hear, because frankly, I might be a little too old for the best perfect demographic. You know, I might be a little too quirky. I might be this or that. And who gives a shit? Pardon my French. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is showing up. Another super chat. Why are these? Why are the super chats starred? Oh, there they are. Okay, I see. You know, StreamYard updated. Let's go back here. I'm all over the place, huh? Anyway, like I was, no, that's a different one. Okay, we're going to start all over again. We're going to do the super chats, gang. Thank you so much. Xanaman X. That's a little tricky on the name for me, but I just have to let you know how much I appreciate you. $9.99 super chat means the world. Thank you so much. Fantastic. And Tim, my brother from Scotland, we have another Scotland person in the house. Just wanted to shout you and give you a coffee, brother. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate it. You guys are the best, man. I just got to say, wow. Let's see what we got here. Watch time and CTR. Watch time and CTR. So I was asking, you know, what's most important on YouTube? Watch time has been a thing since 2012. Okay, that's 12 years. 12 years. And CTR has also been incredibly important. Here, I'm going to add to that, Chris, that the percentage of viewers that do one or two or three things. One, are they subscribing? Because what we really want to focus on is how much does the audience value our content? How much are they really enjoying it? And if someone subscribes, that's a huge signal, which is going to trigger the algorithm. and help us get what we want. Now, another thing could be, or perhaps another super chat. You guys are legends. Another thing to consider would be, does the viewer watch one video almost to the end and watch another video from our channel? Super powerful, because YouTube, YouTube measures all of these things. So that is pretty cool. Pete's Pans, dude, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Dude, are you a chef? It looks like Pete's Pans. Do you know I was a chef for 18 years? Amazing. Nothing. It looks like, is that a skillet in Pete's Pans? It must be. Dude, keep moving forward. I'm going to have to check out your channel. Super excited. Thank you so much. You're welcome. It's my pleasure to answer your question. I have a marketing channel, says Luke, Legend of Luke. I dig the name. I have a marketing channel. I stopped publishing on about 3 years ago. I never really found my niche, but I did create evergreen content. So it's grown over to 5K. There you go. Man, there is so much power in evergreen content. And the way we can identify that is through some keyword research, which is something else I want to move forward on, and create an updated video. I don't know what a Visio is, but let's just go with it. An updated video on SEO, and not really SEO, but keyword research. Listen, keywords are a thing. Don't let anybody tell you they're not. The algorithm in some white papers talks about that the algorithm pays attention to a viewer, right? Viewer comes onto YouTube. They're looking at their phone. They just logged in, and the algorithm is going to do its best to identify, what video the viewer wants to watch. So if it's me, they're going to look at two things when we're talking about browse. Oh, I did it again with the damn balloons. One is channels that I'm subscribed to. So when I log on, YouTube says, well, what channels is Brian subscribed to, and what channels is he really watching recently? That's really important. Now, if you're just getting started, how do you grow? Because you're just starting. Nobody's watched your channel. Well, topics. Now, let me ask you, how do you think the algorithm deciphers and understands topics? Words, otherwise known as keywords. So something to think about. I took a picture of an osprey, so I thought I'd show you that. It's pretty. Okay. Luke, rock on, brother. I'm curious. Are you going to jump back into this crazy game called YouTube? It looks like Luke's going to tell us right here. We've got a second comment from Luke. I've thought about trying to resurrect the channel with a slightly new niche. Don't do that. If you want to start with YouTube, and if your channel is deviating in any way, shape, or form from the content that is there now, rather, I want to encourage you to start a new channel. Because at the end of the day, the likelihood that the subscribers that are on that channel now are going to be interested in a new direction is thin to none. Unless it was Facebook organic marketing and now you're going to go to Facebook paid marketing, then maybe, because it's so close. But the more different the two directions or niches are, the more I want to encourage you to stay in your lane and start a new channel. And when you do that, you're really honoring the subscribers on your first channel. And furthermore, here's what often happens for people like this is, so they start something new, right? They start a new channel, and like I said, excuse me, I'm still kind of recovering from kind of a bad cold. So like I was saying, if you were to publish new videos on the channel you have, well, then you're kind of mucking up the channel and it's getting complicated. You want it to be simple, streamlined, and you want to honor one audience. Now, if you launch a new channel, then at some point you want to go back to the old subject, you can. You've got two channels. I have a photography channel. It's monetized. It makes me maybe $10 a month, but it's monetized. And I thought about publishing a video about my osprey photography. Maybe I'll do that. I'm pretty focused really on this channel. It's hard to have multiple channels, but I would really recommend that, Luke. Yes, the Scottish accent. It can be pretty thick. Hey, thank you, Pete. I appreciate that. Loving the content. Love the content. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure to highlight these comments. And it's just, I want to encourage you. Now check this out. 64 people are here live. If you've ever thought about going live, let me just kind of spit some ideas, some things you can think about to help you move forward. Is you might go live and not have anyone show up, or it might be just a few people. In that case, if it's just a few people, I'm asking for questions, and so far we're doing pretty good. You're asking questions, I'm kind of rambling on. It's working. But what do you do when you're just getting started? Not a lot of people there. What I would recommend is to have some questions that you find online, like go to Google, see what people are searching for, look for keyword phrases that are based on like how to write a book, how to plant a tomato, what's the best variety of tomatoes. Have some ideas, sketch them out on a piece of paper. This is paper right here, and you'll be good to go. And at the end of the day, one of the things I share often is that it can be a bit intimidating. It can be a bit scary, but the more I've done any and all of this stuff, the more I've let go of that. I remember when I started speaking on stages, I was always pretty anxious before going on stage. Now, the good news is most people really didn't know. They didn't know me that well. My friends knew, hey, I could tell you were a bit nervous. I wouldn't sweat it. You were great. Nobody knew. And they didn't. And over time, and I always thought, oh, I don't know if I can get over that, and I did. And if you're a bit nervous about going live, I promise you that if you decide to do the thing, to stake your claim, to kick down the door of opportunity and announce your arrival wherever life may take you, you'll get comfortable with it. It takes time. And furthermore, take it as it comes. Try to have as little expectations as possible. You guys are really nutty. Feeding a poodle is very attractive to me. I volunteer at a cat shelter and have my cat regularly in my streams. I miss my dogs. They were great. Otis died a few years ago, 2.5 years ago. Olive is up in San Francisco doing fantastic. But that was a magical time. Dogs are wonderful. Richard says, I'm having trouble finding the right niche for sure. Richard, I want you to do this. And I don't like giving unsolicited advice, but I know a lot of you would want my advice, so I'm just going to try to push through that. I would encourage you to write a huge note. Like, I have this big whiteboard over there, and sometimes I'll scribble huge notes. And it's not about all the things to do. It's about one big thing that really matters. Just a minute ago, Richard, you said, oh, I really want more subscribers. And I've already told you, like, choose a niche. Now, it might take you a month, a week, a year, who knows? But the moment you choose a niche, you'll be a little bit closer in alignment with channels that have more subscribers. So I would encourage you just to write yourself a huge note, like figure out the niche. Because when we do that, when we really task ourselves with figuring out something that we're struggling with, oftentimes we get an answer. We're in the shower and boom, we have an idea, right? The subconscious mind has been tasked, has been put to work. I used to do that a lot with YouTube, with certain things I was trying to accomplish. Like, I tell myself to settle down and have fun, but not be too zany, because my audience, the most important thing is the information. And I used to, act a fool, and it was fun. And some people liked it, but I thought I would do better if I toned it down. I did that and it worked. So, really coming up and giving yourself a big message that you see often. That's the other thing, right? If you write down a huge message and you put it on the mirror, like a notepad, or you put it by the coffee maker, and every day you see it and you tell yourself, figure that out. Thomas, what's happening, brother? Good to see you. We're feeding poodles today. Cheers to that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 59 people here. You guys are all legends, and I'm just grateful to be back. Grateful to be able to grateful to share a message that I'm passionate about, because nobody has to be perfect. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have like a PhD. You don't need to have any kind of accolades. You can just get started with where you're at. Start where you're at. Use what you got. Like an iPhone, for example, or an Android. And take the next step, and you never know where it could take you. Do you think being on camera is better than a faceless for a storytelling documentary style niche? Honestly, what I would say is, first of all, I love that genre, documentaries, essays. Some of my videos have kind of crossed over into that. We're working with bubbles here today, gang. And I really enjoy the research, finding out some interesting YouTuber that's blowing up, kind of creating a storyline. And what I would say is the most important thing is the voiceover. So having great audio, and then most important, and this is where, it's so obvious, but people get hung up on a great microphone, but they don't set it up in a way where it sounds great. And I'm a little in my head right now, like, hopefully this sounds pretty good. Because like I said, this is a new setup. Let's do this. I like that, like before it was up here. And it's like, I don't want, look at the pretty lighting and the wall and the symmetry. And I don't want to mess with that. So I did what I could to position the microphone properly. And then it's really a case of learning to create content and practice the voiceover in a way that's compelling. It's knowing when to talk fast. It's knowing when to slow down and say, what happened next? You'll never believe it. And in that moment, what happened next completely shocked me. When you do that, you're telling people to listen. Nothing is worse than, hi, my name is Brian, and today I want to talk about YouTube growth, and it's really great to have you here. And I've been a YouTuber now for about 8 years, and I've uploaded about 800 videos. And I think it's really a fun and exciting thing. Well, then tell me about it. Show me. Let me hear it. And that begins with a great voiceover. However, there is something really powerful about putting yourself on camera, and I'm still pissed off about the slightly overexposed image, but I'm going to do my best to get over it. But I would say focus on that. Your own voiceover for sure. And then if you want to dabble with being on camera, do that. And just like I've said, at that moment, lighting is your friend. Before you buy a fancy camera, for the love of God, have some nice lighting for you. So right now I've got this huge softbox right here. Huge, the softbox is this big. I've got it on a little remote control. I got to get these working again. One of them works from my other setup, but you really want to dial in your lighting because that's going to make the image look great. Much more powerful to have a kind of low grade camera, but great lighting. Like if someone said, I'm going to give you a $3,000 Sony full frame camera and that's it, or I'm going to give you $2,000 worth of lighting and then you can use your phone, I would start with the lighting because, well, lighting, there's a reason why we love sunsets and sunrises. And that was pretty awesome with that question. Thank you so much, Spy Racy. Yeah, what a great niche too to create your own story-driven videos about subjects that you're interested in. Hopefully, like I know sometimes people just they choose a niche based on something that looks profitable. That's pretty powerful too. I'm doing what I can, spreading the truth as usual. Thank you. Can I pause? I want to make a coffee. Okay, someone play the game show pause music. Here's another question from Poppin' in the Show Me State. What's your opinion? What is the best upload schedule? If you have anything less than, say, 1,000 subscribers, I wouldn't try to worry about it too much. In fact, I just mentioned this earlier. When I came back, this is what I did. I focused my attention on I'm going to make the best video possible. I'm not going to worry about, I'm going to try to remove as many things as possible out of my mind because they don't matter enough. They don't. In fact, the video that's done the best on my channel was released at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And according to YouTube and their analytical data, it was not an optimal time to publish. But I knew that what really matters is the content itself. And the fact of the matter is you won't get what you want until the video is good enough. Now, when is the best time to publish? For me, I'm targeting an audience that's in the United States, and publishing on Saturday or Sunday morning early is the best time. But it won't make much difference until the videos are at a place where people really enjoy them and engage. 62 people. Wow, you guys are crazy. Let's refresh again. 41 likes, and now we have 55. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Hey, if you're new to the channel, my name is Brian G. Johnson. I've been a creator. I've been an author. I've written some books. I've done some stuff. And if you think you have to be perfect, check this out. This was a test printout of a self-published book, right? And whoever was helping me with the cover, we didn't spell my last name right. That's okay. That book went on to become this book. This looks a lot better. To Britchwell. You can see there we got some stuff about poodles on the back cover. I wrote this book, Trust Funnel. If you're into marketing, check out Trust Funnel. A really interesting story about Orlando, Florida in Trust Funnel. Can you imagine? Really rewarding for me personally because it was kind of an underdog story. Trust Funnel. And check this out. This book came out, was not self-published. I signed with Morgan James Publishing, and they actually, if you can believe it, they translated it to Japanese, konnichiwa. So that's pretty cool. And we're just hanging out. We're talking marketing today. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for so many amazing questions. Harrison James says, I'm now aiming for a mindfulness and self-betterment channel. I will be making a channel soon and will keep you posted. Wonderful, fantastic. Really excited for your journey moving forward. Is this Q&A? Drop your questions and I'll do my best to answer them. Absolutely. Welcome aboard. Hey, if you're new, just say, hey, what's going on? And I'm curious about your niche. Let's just do this. Type in the comments right now. Tell me a little bit about your channel. I'm curious. Thanks, Brian, says Jay's Philippines. Your personality and positivity has helped me greatly. Well, I gotta put it back to everybody here because I have so many friends and peers and mentors and companies that I've worked with. And I went through a tough spell and I found my way back and it feels great. So I want to say thank you. And if I can share some of that with anybody here, let's do it. Because YouTube is hard and it's also one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done, and I'm thirsty. Yes, it went pear-shaped. It went belly up. The channel was on life support. It was not pretty. It was in the back of an ambulance, screaming to the hospital. They're pushing on my chest. Somehow we made it back. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful thing? That is the power of being who you are, of having the audacity and the tenacity to course forward and put yourself on camera, practicing the thing you want to get good at. So many people, I want more views. Well, me too. Get in line. Wayne Dryer, he says, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. And the greatest YouTubers, you know what they are? They're YouTubers. They're uploading videos. And all of the greats, it's interesting, if you watch, you can see a progression. You can see them talking about the new tech and how they're trying to dial in their editing, or they're switching from this camera to that. So many great creators are always talking about how they're mixing up and changing the backdrop. I got issues with always trying to come up with a better angle. And the result is sometimes it slows me down, but more times than not, I find something that I'm a little happier with. And I get just a little closer to making it happen. The earth may be cooling, but be aware that Brian just turned up the heat. All right, let's see if we have some questions here. Someone mentioned here, Business Growth Ready mentioned Zig Ziglar. And when I wrote my book, Trust Funnel, it was really the idea of taking some of the core fundamentals that Zig Ziglar and Dale Carnegie, I think, those luminaries in the business niche industry talked about, and kind of creating that for a modern world where, because fact of the matter is, so many people on YouTube, they talk about views, but it's not, it's people. You don't need 1 million views to make $1 million. You need one view from the right person that can set you up with the right opportunity, and your whole life changes. I remember being approached early in my career with maybe 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. That was Morning Fame. I worked with Morning Fame for about a 2-year period, helped build out their keyword research tool, started doing work with TubeBuddy, still work with them today, now working with Opus. It's really just about valuing the personal relationships that we build on YouTube. You might not know all the people that are watching. You don't know who they are, but maybe that's part of the beauty of it, is that someone might be watching that can completely change your trajectory. Now, I don't say that word lightly because it's a big word and I was a little paranoid, but I got it out there. So hallelujah for that. Poodle Management. Yes. Hey, there's the Creator Classroom. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. 68 people here on a Friday afternoon. Cheers if you're done with the workday. Cheers if you're excited about YouTube. Cheers to the possibility and the potential. Poodles for the win. You guys are the best. No struggle when you're on your purpose. Yeah, I think so. And at the same time, my friend, at some point, we all struggle. Anybody that does this seriously over an extended period of time, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Maybe it's just part of the process of moving forward and growing a channel. You know what I'm really excited about? 73 people are here. I'm pretty excited about that, but I'm more excited. I'm kind of using Opus Clip. Now, I shouldn't tell you this because this is double secret probation, super secret, YouTube Ninja, deep strategy stuff. But Opus is mostly for short form content, but I think I'm going to have this edited into 5 to 10 minute video clips, and maybe I'll distribute them and I'll let you know how it goes. That would allow me to publish a little bit more frequently while I'm working on really great videos that I'm proud of. Who knows? Anything could happen. Creator Classroom says, I've had a revelation last 9 The last 9 to practice what we teach when it comes to making videos. That's the way, my friend. And I'm pretty sure you focus on teaching Canva, which is such an amazing tool. Man, I've been using Canva since I came back, and it's been so helpful. I don't spend a ton of time on thumbnails, but I know the basic fundamentals of design. Canva makes it fast and easy. What's not to love? I just love it that you've got some ideas on moving forward. That is truly that's truly the way forward, right? Is trying to figure out, like, what can I do to make videos better, faster, to connect more deeply with my audience? And if you guys are watching, let's just do this, because we have 76 people here. $50 super chat. You guys you lost your ever. What the heck is going on? Oh my goodness. I can't even keep up with you. Let's do some more super chats, and just let me say thank you so much. Uh, I'm getting a little emotional here. Hey, I got a big heart. What can I say? You guys, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian. Wish you a speedy recovery. I'm doing better, brother. Thank you so much. Let's see here. So I think we did that one. I think we did this one. Yes, we just did that. What is this one here? VVS tips and tricks, DKK220. Love from Denmark. Denmark's in the house. What's happening? Good to see you. Denmark. I got to get back to Europe. I want to go on a cruise. I want to go on a Grecian cruise. You fly into Rome, you cruise around the Greek islands, you visit Italy, maybe one day. And then another amazing super chat, Adventures with Marley. Man, thank you so much. Really appreciate the super chat. With 11 years as a content creator, I've worked with channels boasting millions of views and subscribers, aiding their growth for YouTube. So why can't I replicate the success myself? My friend, I remember you from a previous live stream. The reason why is simple. It is the personality and your delivery combined with an audience that you want to connect with. And fact of the matter is, it takes time. You cannot just say, well, I've done it for other people. Why can't I do it myself? Because the most important thing is the person in front of the camera and how the audience connects with them. If that's scary, I get it. When I started, I was in over my head. I struggled. My friends were growing so fast. I'm kind of like the guy that gets invited to speak at the event at the last moment. Sometimes I'm not the best speaking slot, but you know who I am? I'm the guy that's speaking at the event. And I'm the guy who got the silver play button because I stayed in the game and I focused and I honored what's most important. I've looked at your channel, my friend. I would encourage you to focus on one specific niche. I don't think you're doing that. I think the moment you do that, it gives ourselves an ability to really focus and understand the audience better. Because fact of the matter, think about this. This goes for everybody here. When you don't have a niche, it's really hard to have a pulse on what's happening in all the niches. Like for me personally, I have Alexa. She goes off in the morning and she says, check Tube Filter, which is an industry website with YouTube news. Every day I get that message. And most of the time I go to Tube Filter, and now and then I see something that just popped, a new story, a new feature, and I'm on it. Now, imagine if you're in 6 different niches, you got all these messages, you can't. And the fact of the matter is, a big part of YouTube growth is often inspiration, entertainment, or I did it again. That inspiration, right? Or I should say information. So the more that we really focus on one specific niche, the more likely we can really see opportunity. We can really start to understand the audience better because we know what the audience is, who they are, what they're interested in, and so on. And this is the message. Stay on the path. Believe you can. Tell yourself that it's hard, but I can figure it out. Tell yourself to focus on your delivery. If you really want to grow, get a niche. And again, I know this is something like, oh, I'm not so sure. Okay, you don't have to get a niche. But the fact of the matter is often we want it both ways and it doesn't work based on the kind of how the algorithm works. In fact of the matter is a lot of people that get pissed off, they get angry, they get mad. Like, I can't change that. I can focus on what I can control, which is how I make my videos, the topics I choose, the audience I'm targeting, the brands I work with, my delivery, my lighting. I can focus on all these things, which can get me there. So I hope that helps. I feel like I'm preaching a little bit, and I don't want to preach. I'd rather come across as just a friendly dude wishing you well, but I also really want people to succeed. When I came back, I was like, what am I supposed to do now? I've written the books. I've spoken on the stages I want. I got the silver play button. Like, what do I do now? And I decided my goal is to help 1,000 people get a YouTube silver play button. So that's why, like, I'm publishing videos that are not, how to get more views, those are the videos that get the most views in my niche. But I'm talking about, like, literally my last video is how to really find a niche. Check this out. And this is a great example. For those of you that are struggling without a niche, my last video tells the story of Logan, who's in my Facebook group. It's called Tube Ritual. And Logan struggled for years with a gaming channel, Minecraft, uploading hundreds of videos, 400 no balloons, don't do the balloons. And he pivoted. And when he pivoted, he started launching this new channel on saltwater aquariums, and he's absolutely crushing it. You can do the same. Stay on the path. Thank you, Pete, for helping me with that message. Hey, brother, just kicking off my channels again. Get it, Tim. I'm excited for you, dude. I am excited for you. Do your best will lead to success if your best continues to improve 100%. And one of the things that I've taught for a really long time is so many people say, like, I'm overwhelmed. Well, when you really focus on just what's most important, it's like 10 things. And then what I've done in the past is I just focus on one thing about my last video that I want to improve. Like, if my audio's bad, all I do is on my next video, I simply strive to improve my audio. And over time, what happens is the audio gets better, the editing gets better, the delivery gets better, because that's the one other thing that I'm constantly focused on in order to really grow a channel. Because again, I mentioned it early, it's the most important thing. So every time I step up to film myself, I say, Brian, communicate in a fun, engaging way. Communicate quickly, but don't slur your words. If the dog starts barking, you stop. You go over that section again, and you might have 2 or 3 takes, right, with one specific area that I'm covering in a script, and I might mess up 2 or 3 times, and that's okay because I'm going to edit it, and then I'm going to upload. And the more I did that, the more my videos improved, because it is a beautiful journey, and it can be quote different in each channel. It's a beautiful journey, and it can be quote, yes, absolutely, my friend. What's Colin's channel, or are you Cap? You guys must be chatting with each other. Colin is doing, oh, Colin. No, I'm not Cap, and I think that's in my bluffing. I can't remember Colin's channel, but that is a true story. And wow. Because he's been asking questions going through my course material for so long, and he just finally posted, like, his last few videos have been doing so very well. Don't ever do this on stream. We keep it real around here. Good evening, sir. Call me Brian. This is YouTube. We're all pals. I often get feedback that of my videos, this video is reaching a wider audience on YouTube, leading to a lower click-through rate than usual. How can I fix this problem? You don't. This is a good thing. This is how the algorithm works. Statistically speaking, you're going to be less likely to keep your click-through rate high as it reaches more people. Oh, this is horrible. Excuse me, I apologize. You want to think that as your video is reaching more and more people, the likelihood that they're really excited about your topic is going to be less. There's nothing to fix. You do your very best to create a great click-through rate as your video is released. Now, you can change out and test thumbnails, and that's a tool that's going to be coming to YouTuber soon, where we can test 3 thumbnails against each other. It's going to be kind of an ABC thumbnail testing feature, and I would recommend you to do that. But to think that you can keep the CTR high, probably not. In fact, I shared this in my group where you see the bar chart really going down from about 7%, 6.5, 7% to 5%. Why? Because the audience that my video is reaching is broader and broader, and they're probably just a little less interested in my video than the first group of people. So when YouTube sees your brand new video, it's going to send it out to a group of people that are really excited. They've been watching your channel. They like your channel. So obviously, what's going to happen? More of those individuals are going to click, creating a higher CTR. This is good. Here's the real information that I want you to think about. The very best thing you can do is to honor CTR. But think about this. How many here subscribe to channels because of great titles and thumbnails? Again, do you subscribe to channels because of great titles and thumbnails? Probably not. And if that's the case, then the thing to really value is average view duration, because that really has a huge impact, obviously, on your watch time. And these things are really measured by the YouTube algorithm. And the longer people watch, the more likely they're going to share, they're going to comment. And furthermore, I think when I'm focused on average view duration, I'm much more focused on the actual video content rather than a title and a thumbnail. And again, you know what? People don't subscribe to channels for titles and thumbnails. And Opus Clip, that was a good video to clip. So Opus Clip, do your job. I hope you found that helpful. $42. There's Tim. You guys have all these amazing questions and comments. First time here. Hey, what's happening? Nintendo Gaming. Glad you made it. And thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Can you choose a channel niche that is too small? Absolutely, you can. But I want to warn you about something. I've seen this kind of comment often from creators, and they say, I think my niche is too small. And it's not. If you can look at your niche, and imagine there's 5 other channels that are publishing similar content and they have the views that you want, then you know that your channel is not too small. What I would do is do that. I always recommend people, they go out when they're kind of narrowing their niche down. I want you to think about all the things. Well, first off, watch my latest video. It's literally, I go step by step how to go through and come up with a niche. And in that, I talk about really listing out all the things, your skills, your abilities, where you've worked, your hobbies, your passions, gaming, whatever the case may be. And then you want to think, well, what topics am I really excited about, or do I want to learn about? And then you want to find 5 channels that are kind of covering that subject. And if you see that those channels have some great results, then that's a great way to move forward and embed yourself in that niche as well. And you know that people are already moving forward and they're succeeding. Wow, you guys are so amazing. Look at this. This is what I love about YouTube. Listen, it's not about views. Creator Classroom just nailed it. It's about community. The thing I want you to do is, like, if you're like, I only get 17 views, I want to encourage you to focus on the quality of your videos, the storytelling in your videos, your voiceover, your narration, the topic, the scope of your channel, and over time value the people that come in. And what'll happen is you'll get to know the names of individuals, and they're not just views, they're people. And this truly is community. One of the things I've always said is, this is my community, and yet it's not, because Nick Nimmin, one of my dear friends, right, like, he shares the same community. Daniel Battelle, like, there's crossover, people come and go. We're part of the bigger YouTube growth community, and we rock. You guys dig what I'm laying down? A question that's a little off topic. Can you post affiliate links in your description or about page before you have been admitted into the partner? Yes, you can. You can absolutely leverage affiliate links. But what you want to do is, number one, you want to designate that your video is sponsored, and the link itself, I always add a little quotation and I say affiliate link. So literally, if you look at this video, the description, you'll see, I think there's a link for Opus Clip. I love it. I use it. And there's also one for TubeBuddy. And next to each is, I pray, I'm pretty sure they say affiliate, because you want to designate that, and you're absolutely fine. And that was totally on topic. Well, gang, I tell you what, this was really fantastic. A 75-minute live stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. I just had a blast, and I wanted to say thank you for leaving the comments, checking out the channel. A lot of you have been with me for so very long, and don't think I don't appreciate it, because brother and sister, I do. Now do this. I want you to course forward. I want you to suspend your disbelief the best you can. If you want to grow, I want you to lean on something or someone that thinks you can. And that's me. I believe you can. I think it's going to be hard. I think you're going to struggle. I think there's going to be ups and downs, because in any great story based on achieving something that's challenging and hard, there's always lots of ups and lots of downs. But you can make it. It starts with beginning where you're at, using what you got, taking the next step, and believing it's possible. Because listen, it is totally possible. And I believe in you. So move forward, enjoy the weekend, and we'll catch you next time. I'll go live again soon. This was a ton of fun. I'll see you guys around. Peace, power, poodles, pixie dust, prosperity, and that's all I got. You dig?